Are you interested in learning how to improve the value of your home? If so, watch this video. Hey everybody, my name is Darren Rivers. I'm head of the Rivers Group and I am here with Ethan, Jake, and Dan. In today's video, we're going to talk about ways that we can help you improve the value of your home. And you got to realize there's a lot of things that we can do to help increase the value. There's certain things that we can do that will just make it more marketable, but not necessarily increase value. And then there's certainly things that you can do that would hurt you in the long run that we just want to stay away from. So we're going to touch on all of that stuff. And you got to remember, this is your home. So if you're just going to add value to your life and your family and you're going to get enjoyability out of it, it doesn't matter if that increases your value by $20,000 5 years down the road. If you get 5 years worth of enjoyment out of that improvement, then you should absolutely do it. So in regards to the value of your home, there's some things that they are just what they are, and there's no changing them, right? I mean, there's certain things that we just have to accept, and if you're gonna buy a home, it is what it is. And Jake, what are some of those things?
Location. You can't change the location of the home. You know, we get asked all the time, where can we find a home that matches all of this different criteria? Sometimes we find perfect homes in wrong neighborhoods. And that's the second thing you can't change. You can't change who your neighbors are. You know, if there's an unsightly home on the road, that's why it's really important. You're doing drive-bys and you're doing your neighborhood checks. Those are things that we're gonna review when we're looking for a home. You also can't change if you're on a huge busy street. I mean, if those are things, you have young kids, you know, I'm working with a family right now who have young kids, and that's a very big thing, is protection and security being next to a busy road.
Or even just the road noise from it.
Or the road noise. You guys might hear a little bit here in the background now. And that's one other thing that you can't change is power lines. I mean, if there's unsightly things around your home, maybe you don't have a view, or you're looking straight into a generation box. I mean, there are so many things you can't change about a house. That's why it's important you're looking at all the aspects when you're buying.
Yeah, I always tell people when you're buying a home, you buy the neighborhood, which means you buy the location that it's at. Can't change the location, you just got to accept what it is. All right, so the next thing I want to touch on before we get into the whole big list of things to improve your property value are things that don't improve the value but improve the marketability. So if you want to sell your home, these are things that are really important, that are attractive to buyers because they're thinking of dollar signs down the road for them. And so if you have some of these systems updated that they don't have to worry about future expenses, it really helps with the sellability of your home but doesn't necessarily increase the value. Ethan, what are some of these things that we're talking about?
So a couple of the things are going to be your utilities. It's the water heater, the furnace, insulation within the home, all the things you can't really see and do cost money and don't necessarily improve the value of the home, but definitely the marketability and helps it sell. These are what buyers are looking for.
Crawl space is another one. People get creeped out if the crawl space is full of rodents and rodent droppings and things like that. So if they go down there and it's a nice clean crawl space, again, really helps with the marketability, not necessarily the value. Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts, and we're gonna go through our top 9 things that will increase the value of your home. And we gotta remember, it's really all about eye candy. It really, really is. People get they're so visually attracted to things. We've gone into what I call lipstick on a pig. So it's flips that were not done very well, but they got some nice shiny objects and the clients see these shiny objects and get really excited about them, even though they weren't done very well. So if you can combine doing it well and making it look good, that's the way to go. So number 1, Dan, what's number 1 on our list today?
It's absolutely first impressions. When you come up to the house, you want to see nice, clean, fresh paint, landscaping, new door, those types of things.
Yeah, that's absolutely the curb appeal. You come up and you see fresh new lighting on with new address numbers on the house, and it's all bright, new beauty bark, things like that. You're going to be attracted and you're going to want to go see more of the home. And plus, if it's just your home, you drive up to something and it's something you can be proud of. Number 2 on the list of ways that you can improve the value of your home. Jake, what's number 2?
It is the kitchen.
Absolutely the kitchen.
The kitchen is such a staple of the home.
It's the entertainment center of the home.
That's where everybody migrates to. That's where everybody lingers.
Yep.
Family parties. And that's such a staple point of a home that it needs to be updated and be fresh. Maybe that's new cabinets, new countertops, and new appliances. If you do a brand new kitchen and you didn't update the appliances, those are all things that buyers walk in and they're looking for and they're noticing, because those are future dollars in their mind that Well, the kitchen was done, but now we have appliances. So those big kitchen remodels, they cost a lot, but they have a big return on your investment.
They have a big return, and buyers are very, very critical. All they do is they do the math in their head of all the things that they would do to the house to get it up to what they think the value would be. So if you start at, I'm making up a number, $800,000, and there's $50,000 worth of improvements, they're going to automatically be like, oh, well, it should be $750, when after those improvements, it might actually be $850. So they're super, super critical. So what Jake's talking about here in the kitchen, the focal point of the home, super, super important to have all of that dialed in. And I love your point about make sure the appliances are new too. Have you ever seen like a nice new kitchen that still has the yellowish, whitish appliances? You know, it just looks awful. So it's worth it. You will get your return on your money on that one for sure. Number 3 on the list of things that you can do to improve the value of your home, Ethan?
Up next is bathrooms. It's very similar to what Jake was talking about earlier with the kitchen. It's replacing the countertops there, the fixtures like the faucets, you know, the bath, shower curtains too. If you have some weird shower curtains, it can kind of turn buyers off. But flooring in there, and again, if things are updated in the bathroom but nowhere else, it can kind of look a little bit off and a little bit uninterested for buyers. So.
Yep, and the opposite of that is true too. So if you go into a house that has great curb appeal, a nice new kitchen, and you walk into the primary bedroom and it's 1972 through and through with bronze everything and pink tiles, it's going to be a real big turnoff. The ladies tend to be really attracted to the primary bathroom, so you know, those nice new floating tubs, big walk-in closets. Those things are super important.
They sure are.
And you know, happy wife, happy life. 4th thing on my list is interior paint, and this is important to realize kind of what's in, you know, what people are looking for. People are looking for natural light, so you want something that's bright. You know, there was a time where things were dark and rich and everything, and now that is so out of favor. So these things change over time, but interior paint, really, you're going to probably want to do it every 10 years or so anyway. So as the fads change, you can adjust with it. And I would recommend staying away from the extreme colors. You know, I went into a primary bedroom the other day, it was turquoise. It's turquoise. You know, the rest of the house was this great eggshell white, really nice, and you walk in and you're blinded by this turquoise room. Total turnoff. And again, buyers are doing the math. Oh, I got to repaint this room. Paint is relatively easy and cheap, but it's a project to do. So interior paint, which includes your trim work, you know, bring it all together, make it flow from one room to the next. Number 5 on the list of things to improve the value of your home is flooring. And this is where I really want to bring in Dan. Dan's one of the newer agents to our team, but he's our in-house contractor as well. And he just actually did a project for one of our clients on redoing their floors. So Dan, what are people doing with floors these days? What's kind of in, what's kind of out?
Well, carpet's on the way out. There's a lot of other options that people are starting to go with that are easy to clean and easier to maintain, such as LVP, you got engineered hardwood, you can do tile sometimes, and along those lines.
Yep, for sure. And so carpet holds stains, whereas hard surfaces don't. It holds odors, so pets and things like that. It gets stuck in the soft surfaces of carpet. LVPs or things like that, you just wipe it down, that's all gone, and they're so good, like they're durable, they're scratch resistant,
yeah.
all that sort of stuff, and and they last a long time.
They do.
Yep.
They do.
So if you want anything, and this is a segue, but this is a plug for Dan and a plug for our team because he's a huge addition with all of his expertise in the contracting world. Anything that you guys need done, give us a call because we have an in-house contractor to take care of it for you. Number 6 on the list of 9 things to improve the home or the value of your home is we can add some living space somehow.
Yeah, this is probably one of the bigger ones.
Yep. And this isn't necessarily adding on.
Correct.
It's
repurposing other space that you already have inside of your home. So in our area, we have a couple of older neighborhoods that have unfinished basements. Those are big opportunities if they have the right ceiling heights and they're permitted correctly and finished out. That'll add additional usable living space, which can increase the value based on the square footage of your home, which can sometimes nearly double the size of usable square footage. And the one big fad that's going on in our area and all around the country is ADUs. So if you have unfinished space above a garage, shop,
Even in that basement.
Even in the basement, maybe there's an additional access from downstairs.
Yep.
Repurposing that space that you already have within inside your home. So we're not looking for you to do an addition onto your home, but just finishing out square footage. I mean, that's big dollar items.
Yeah, Jake's right. I mean, you can literally double the size. If you have a full basement, the same size as the main floor, well, you're doubling your square footage. And if you can make that additional living space, it's great for multi-generational living.
Absolutely.
You can use it as a rentable space, so it's income generating space. It adds a ton of value to home because there's a lot of people looking for that for their scenario, and they're just not, it's not very common. So if you have that ability, that's a really big dollar sign for you.
Big.
The seventh way to improve the value of your home is
Lighting.
lighting.
It's important to have all of your bulbs matching. There's I can't count how many times I've walked into a home and you got a yellow light here, a white light there.
Some of them are purple. They got this purple hue to them.
I don't know what those are for, but yeah, so lighting's important. It makes the space look prettier as well, makes it feel more welcoming. So it's definitely a good way to add at least buyer interest when they're coming in. Maybe not necessarily dollar sign value, but it'll definitely pique interest.
The things that will add the value are the whole new fixtures, right? So you get rid of the old grandma chandeliers that are, from the 1950s or whatever, and you put in the nice new modern stuff, whether it be wrought iron or whatever they got going on these days. And it's a fad that changes, of course. The new LED can lights, take out those old ones. It's pretty easy to pop in those new ones, right, Dan?
Yeah, it really is.
Yep. Pop those new ones in. Way better lighting, more efficient lighting. Your electricity bill goes down. It's a win-win all the way around. So the eighth thing I want to talk about, and this is my favorite one, it's outdoor living space. And this can really add not only enjoyment for you, but really add dollar signs to your value, is have a nice outdoor living space. We live in Western Washington. I mean, it's December right now. The sidewalks are wet, it's cold, it's kind of rainy. Have a covered space. If you add a covered space, maybe put a couple of those propane heaters out there, man, you got this, totally expand the living space of your home. It's outside, you get fresh air. It's just, I love it. You get a fire pit out there, you can do an outdoor kitchen. There's so many things, expand your decks. Outdoor living space is huge. I love the entertaining aspect of it. I just love being outdoors. I think this is one of the biggest bangs for your buck. And the best thing about it, again, as I keep going back to, is I get to enjoy it. So if you do it on your home, you get to enjoy it with your family and your friends. The ninth and final thing I want to talk about is not necessarily one project, but it's just maintaining your home, right? Don't let the repairs go to the wayside. Don't have a lot of deferred maintenance, because if you're not spending the little money now to keep up on it, you're going to spend a lot of money later to get it back up to snuff, right? So Dan, what are these things that people often just kind of let go?
Peeling paint, caulking around trim and stuff like that can be rotting as well. Broken fixtures, outlets, switches, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, so with the caulking, you get water behind the walls and stuff, and then you start getting dry rot, and then that creates a whole new can of worms. And Jake pointed out a little earlier that if you don't catch it now, guess what? When a buyer comes along, they're gonna catch it in their inspection, and then it's gonna be a surprise. So not only is it our job to look at that stuff to help you, get your house ready to sell, it's your job to keep up on that stuff just so you don't have to take care of it later, and it's more expensive to take care of later than sooner. I mean, people look at peeling paint, like you said, rotting siding, stained carpet, moss on your roof. If your landscaping's in total disrepair and weeds are growing everywhere and things like that, people are automatically gonna think, well, if you don't take care of this, what else that we can't see aren't you taking care of? So it's really important for the value of your home is to keep up on all that maintenance, and owning a home is a job. There's things that you got to take care of. Okay, everybody, so those were 9 specific things that you can do to improve the value of your home. A number of things that you just can't do anything one way or the other, like the location stuff. Some of the things you can definitely prevent so you don't lose value in your home. But hey, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Like this channel. We do videos all the time of all sorts of things Gig Harbor, about your house, how to help you out, what's going on around here. We're the Rivers Group, and feel free to give us a call at any time, and we'll see you on the next video.